Hello everybody. Welcome to the On the Run podcast. We are super excited today to have a special guest. And before we jump to our guest, just want to kind of get some odds and ends and remind you guys that we are on all the socials, or at least we're on TikTok and Instagram. And we also are on as far as the podcast, on Spotify and also Apple podcast. So if you like Apple, then we're there for you. So you can follow out either one and listen to the great content and conversations that we have here at Andale with our guests. And so uh, with that out of the way, oh, also one more thing, it would help us out tremendously if you would give us a rate. It takes just about 5 to 10 seconds to do so on Spotify and also on Apple. That helps us out greatly. If you want to leave a comment, awesome. And also give us a follow so you don't miss one of our episodes. And please remember to share with friends and families that you think would enjoy the conversations that we have. And so, with that out of the way, Abe, introduce our guest here today.
Yes. So I am thrilled to introduce an athlete who has quickly cemented his name at the top of the Illinois distance scene. He's run 159 in the 800, 422 in the 16, 920 in the 3200. He was fifth last year in both the 1600 and the 3200 at the state meet here in Illinois. Most recently, he's the 2A state champion, winning in 14:08 for 3 miles, and he was undefeated against Illinois runners this season. This is Max Weber.
Welcome to the On the Run podcast, Max. We are thrilled to have you on with us tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, of course. So, Max, How are you doing today? Are you still riding that high of coming off Saturday from winning the state championship there in Detweiler Park?
Yeah, it's definitely, I've been thinking about that moment for a long time, so I'm still just been thinking about it the whole week. Every time my mom sees me, she likes to remind me that I'm the state champ. So it still sounds good to hear.
Yeah, that is awesome. So, did your family celebrate with you after the race, or did they do so like on Sunday or anything like that?
Yeah, my whole family was at the race, so we kind of did all our celebrating there. And then
Okay.
our whole team and my family was at Portillo's afterwards. So that was,
Hey,
hmm
Portillo's. So those of you who do not live in Illinois, Portillo's is an amazing restaurant. What is
And
your like go-to food there?
we don't get to go there very often, so when we do, I definitely had to get the cake shake. And like
Oh,
it's their
yeah,
rodeo burger. It has like these fried onions on it. It's pretty good.
okay,
I think
okay.
I just gotta say, I think that Portillo's might be a running thing because I remember last year on my USATF team for like the national team, I think we had 3 races here in Illinois. I think we ate at Portillo's probably 3 times, so it's definitely a good post race go to.
Yes, yes, Portillo is delicious, and I take shake. I can't finish that thing. It's just really thick, but it's delicious. Their cake is absolutely phenomenal. So if you ever come to Chicago and you're listening, you're in a different state, Portillo's is something to check out. So again, Max, thank you so much for coming on. And you know what? I think Abe has some questions that's going to just kind of lead us into our conversation today. So Abe, why don't you go ahead and share what you got there?
Yeah, so I think one question that has been on a lot of people's minds is exactly how you got so good so fast. I mean, last season, your PR was 14:48 at the state meet. You're in that at the sectional and state meet, and this year you just dropped 40 seconds to run 14:08. And your track credentials 159, 422 doesn't exactly match up with 14:08. So what do you think the biggest factor was that went into making you so fast?
I've been really grateful to have a really good coach in Coach Peel, and
Mhm.
I came to see him my sophomore year, and ever since I've been here, he's just really like built a very good steady incline for me. I think I
Hmm.
was running like 50 miles a week my sophomore year, and then like 55 my junior, and then we held like 60 this year. So just that like little increase in training, like it did a lot just to like build me as a runner, so I had a really good base. And then the big, I guess, switch you could say we made this year was that this summer, my coach, he went to a coaching training clinic in
Mm,
NAU,
yeah.
and Mike Smith taught him about the whole double threshold thing that's kind of taken over the world right now.
Yeah.
So we started implementing that over the summer, and I think it really worked with what like me as a runner and our whole team. So
Mm,
I'd attribute a lot of it to that.
yeah. So in the summer and throughout the season, what does like double threshold look like for you?
So during I mean, what we did the whole time, usually it'd be before school, like during the season, we'd wake up and go to the track, and
Mm,
like I think every single time we did like 12 to like yeah, about 12 400s every time, 10 to 12
yeah.
400s. And they were like pretty smooth. I think mine were mostly like 74s usually when we did them.
Yeah.
And then we'd come back in the afternoon and it would be like 6 by K, 4 by mile, just like a little bit longer thing that was
Mm,
not as fast. So it
yeah.
was just a lot of, it's not as much distance as like colleges do and stuff. So
Yeah.
we weren't scared about like peaking too much in high school or anything. So it was
Yeah.
good.
That's good. And like, was it really just like your coaches kind of wanting to try it out, or what went into like the, completely not completely switching, but making a big switch in everyday training?
Yeah, obviously, like it's all over running right now. Like everybody's
Yeah.
doing it, it seems like. And
Yeah.
then Coach Peel, like he thought about it my junior year doing it, and we were kind of
Mm,
scared, like I don't want to peak in high school and then go to a
yeah.
college and then like not be able to progress at all. But then
Mm,
he kind of went to this like clinic that like Mike Smith, who's kind of like one of the best coaches there is right now, got to like learn from him and kind of boost our confidence. And then I think the most important part was how much like our whole team bought into it.
yeah.
Like I wasn't the only one showing up on those mornings. Like it was everybody on Civic Memorial's team.
So you were fast, a lot faster than last year. But going into the state meet, your PR is only 14:28. I believe that was the first race of the season. You're in 14:29 later. But there's guys, like Carson Kaiser, Gabriel Greer. They run faster, 14:16, 14:20. So how did you kind of keep your confidence, and were you expecting a time like 14:08, or were you expecting kind of a big jump and to show people that you were faster than you were? And if so, what gave you that confidence?
Yeah, I'd say the state champion confidence kind of started at the beginning of the season when I
Hmm.
PR'd by 20 seconds at our season opener.
Yeah.
That was definitely a big surprise because some people like to call that like the course, our home course, like a racetrack, but it's not very fast. I think I ran 15:42 the year before.
Yeah.
So I ran almost like a minute and 20 seconds faster than I did.
Pretty big
So
jump.
it was just,
Yeah.
it really helped having like Gabriel Greer was there who got second at the state meet. So just
Hmm.
racing like such good guys the whole year. Like we raced him at Granite the next week after that. And
Hmm.
then I went to Forest Park and I raced Jack McGovern, who's
Yeah.
like really good from like Missouri. So just competing with guys like that were really good just gave me confidence throughout the season.
Hmm.
So when we kind of hit that like slow part in the middle of the year, like Edwardsville and Freeburg that weren't like these huge invitationals or anything, it
Yeah.
was kind of like I couldn't like focus on the time too much or like it was kind of just setting my sights on the state meet and trying
Yeah.
to just focus on what I needed to do to be best for there. So I think we prepared so much for that state meet that I don't think I could have told you I was going to run 14:08 on the day, but me and my coach were like pretty certain I could go out there and compete for the win. And I
Yeah.
think that's like the most important part is how that time came, is because we were ready to compete with those guys.
So Max, you said you prepared, like during the middle of that season when it's kind of, maybe not the big flashy races. So what did you do to help like then start preparing for that state meet? What was it like mental? Was it visualization, conversations? What did you do?
Yeah, it was a lot of them. I think it's kind of hard to tell how the state meet's going to go. So we kind of prepared running these races however it might go. Like Edwardsville, the first mile was slow. And then I started going like 2 miles to go in the race. So that was
Mm,
like a long, drawn out effort. And then Freeburg, like I paced the first 2 miles and then tried to close hard that third mile to simulate state day.
mm,
So just kind of breaking down mid-season races to feel more like just to practice parts of the state race was
yeah.
just kind of a good way to look at it.
Okay. Wow. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, so because you alluded to it, doesn't sound like you were setting like you were out to run a 14:08. It just kind of you were feeling good and you ran that. Do you feel like you could have run faster, or do you think that's kind of like where you at?
My teammates were joking with me on our cool down when they heard that I was 3 seconds off the 2A state record. They were like,
Yeah.
"Why didn't you push just that little bit harder? Like that's 3 hard steps each mile." And I told them I was like, that was everything I had. Like it felt like I was finishing an 800 the last like 300 meters of that race.
Yeah.
It was a
Yeah.
tough.
So speaking
Yeah.
of the actual state meet, like what were like the tactics like, like at a mile, at 2 miles out? Was it kind of, I know Quade Berger took it out pretty fast. He was leading, but when did you start to really press?
Yeah, me and my coach had like I think I watched all of Carson Kaiser's videos online and like every race video I could find, and we just looked
Hmm.
at how other people race, and we knew like Gabriel Greer likes to push it, Quade likes to push it, Thomas Joachim really likes to push it, and
Hmm.
then we knew like someone like Carson Kaiser like he ran really like even splits at his sectional race and like knew how to close really hard, so we just kind of thought about what everyone else would be doing and what would be best for me. So we kind of decided that I would just try to sit in that front pack for the first 2 miles. And then
Hmm.
with about a K to go to like 500 to go, my coach calls it a go zone. And that
Yeah.
was like
Mm.
somewhere in there. He said he trusts me to choose a spot in there to just make the race mine and just take it. So when the day of the race actually came, I think we hit a K to go and there were still 6 guys in that front pack and
Hmm.
like people had been making moves the whole race. So I kind of just sat again, and then 800 came, and it felt like Carson Kaiser kind of went to the front and like made a move, so I just sat behind him. And then when we hit those like poles, whatever, like I think some people call them candy
Yeah.
cane poles or something.
Yeah.
When we hit those, I was like it's now or never. So I just went for it and like took the lead and tried to push it. I feel like
Hmm.
that's what I've done in a lot of the races that I've done well in this year is that I've been able to push it from like more like 500 meters out instead of like a 200-meter kick or something like track.
Hmm.
So we went with that and just tried to take it from there.
So, Max, I think I saw this on, I don't know, maybe it was one of your friends or somebody had posted something like a little video, and it said like, it had like, little quotes that he doesn't have a kick or he's overrated, all that kind of stuff. Did you, were you listening to that before the race? Like, did you know that like some of that stuff was being said about you?
Yeah, I definitely did. I deleted all social media off my phone like the week before the race to try to like
Okay.
not see rankings, not see everyone talking about stuff. But then I couldn't help myself and I was listening to some podcasts that were doing previews and some people on it might have said that I wasn't like I didn't have a kick. So I kind of took that to heart and I told the people after the race that I do have a kick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I was listening. Well, I was listening to a recap of the state meet, and the podcast did say that they one of the hosts like acknowledged what he said and took ownership of it, and he said I was wrong
Yeah.
about that. So yeah, so I mean you because I have to know. I mean, I remember because Abe won a state meet in middle school for track, his first one, and it was just complete like complete joy that I saw on his face. So for you, like when at what point that last I don't know 100 meters or whatever it was, when did you know that you were like, okay, yeah, this is my race? And what were you like thinking or feeling in that moment when you were like getting close to the end there?
Yeah, so like I said, like 500 meters, I took the race and I kind of went to the front, and I felt really
Mm.
good. Like I was pushing, and I felt like I had a good kick. And then it was probably 200 meters from the finish line. I heard like Gabby Greer come up on my hip, and I looked over and
Yeah.
I saw him, and I was like, "Wow, I did not think anyone was this close to me right now."
Yeah.
And so I kind of like I had to focus back up again, like really, and then kind of kicked it in. And I wouldn't say it was until like 10 meters from the finish line I took
Mm.
one final look over my shoulder, which people really hated that I did. And then I kind of like saw that I had enough of a gap. And I don't know, it was like, it felt like the longest 10 meters and also like the shortest 10 meters in my life. Like it was like, I've thought about that for so long, it just didn't really feel real at all. I threw up a little red bird celly that
Yeah,
I told my teammates I would do, but
yeah,
it's just surreal. Like you put a lot of time and effort to something, so to see it actually happen, it's like it still feels like you're just dreaming about it, but it was awesome.
yeah. That's great. Yeah, it was. I did because I think I remember hearing pe some people because where I was standing and watching, I did hear some people were like, "Why is he looking back? Don't look back. Just keep keep going," and that kind of thing. So, um, yeah, it's just one of those deals.
Mm.
Um, go ahead. Did you have a
Uh,
question, Abe?
yeah, I had a question, Max. Like last year, you ran 14:48, and in preseason, you're ranked high, but I don't think you ranked one. Earlier in the season, you weren't ranked one. Later in the season, once you started getting going, you ranked pretty high. But how did you like enter the season? Did you feel like there's pressure on you to perform? And how did that like pressure develop throughout the season as you started to get ranked higher and higher and there's more expectations? How do you like handle that pressure?
Yeah, I mean, last year when I got 13th, like the only thing that was on my mind was just getting an all-state medal. So there
Mm,
was like really no pressure. Like I had nothing to lose. I had never been all-state before. So I was
mm,
just out there and just got a race for it. And then, I mean, going into this year, like no one thought I was going to make the jump that I did. So I kind of just
mm,
had to put the work in by myself. And then when it actually came time that I was ranked high on those things, like you could tell it definitely changed like how people were viewing me and like at my school and stuff, people were like, "So are you gonna win it? Like I see you're ranked pretty high." And I'd like tell them I was like, "I mean, we'll see. Like I don't even have the fastest time in the state." And they'd be like, "What?" Like they were like shocked. Like everyone just expected me to like win it. So
mm,
it definitely did try to build up pressure, even when those people like weren't trying to do that.
yeah.
But I think it just really helped. Like a lot of my family before the race, they're like just like praying for you and like you'll do the best. And if you finish first or 101st, like we're still gonna love you and we're proud of all the stuff you've done. So just
Mm,
really like hearing people say that to me meant a lot. Just going to the state race, and then I could just focus on just myself and not like having to worry about making other people happy or like proud of me and stuff. So I
mm.
was really happy about the support system I had.
Max, um, the support system that you had, what sounds like it was incredibly important to you, and you certainly had your parents and your family there that were backing you, and they're saying the right things, that they're going to love you no matter what happens, and those kind of things. So, one of the things that we believe, I believe, is that running is something you do. It's not who you are, right? It's one of those like because there's a lot of guys, a lot of girls who put a lot of effort, put a lot of dedication, a lot of time into practice and trying to be the best that they can, which is fantastic, like really fantastic. So, like for you, um, because we want to know you, Max, Max Weber, the person, not just the runner. So, like, what is there something outside of running that has maybe you would say has helped you? Um, Propel forward or helped you stay grounded or not get cocky or anything like that. And not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just how that's displayed, of course. So like, what do you think has helped you stay grounded?
Yeah, I think throughout my entire career, I've really, especially these last couple years, I've been able just to like put my faith in God and rely on Him. That's been like a really important thing. And Coach Beals helped me like a lot too. Like I remember track state my junior year. That
Hmm.
was probably the most nervous I've ever been before a race, before that 32. And like I just had so many thoughts going through my head when I was doing my drills and stuff, and it felt like I was like all alone out there. And then I was about to go in that check-in box right outside the like at the state meet,
Hmm.
and like me and Mr. Peel, we like got together and prayed like we do before every race. And then this
Hmm.
time, like it just felt like all the pressure was just gone. Like it was just like lifted
Hmm.
from me. And then like
Yeah.
I was so like completely focused and like ready for the race. And I remember like in the middle of the race, I don't even remember what lap it was or anything, but it felt like I just like negative thoughts were starting to creep in and stuff. And then it was like
Hmm.
I don't know, it was just like I just saw like the cross and stuff like that in like my mind, and it was just like really beautiful, and it helped me a lot, like making through that.
Mm.
So I think just being able to have a time like that and being able to rely on him and know that my worth doesn't come from running, like you said, and that I have like someone that loves me all the time, like God does, like that was really important to me.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, that's, you said that, you said that really well. In saying that, it sounds as though like faith is something that's really important to you. And it has helped you stay grounded, as I said. Um, is so my question would be is like, so with your faith and with running, right? Have you seen any parallels there that maybe you have learned, maybe some life lessons or some things that you've learned that you're like, man, like, okay, this can really not only help me in running, but it can also help me like in life later on.
Yeah, for sure. I'd say one big thing is like running. It's very obvious, like if you're dedicated and you put in the time and the work, like besides like injuries, like you're gonna see the results like come out of it. Like you put in the time and you'll see the results. And I feel like I've seen that with like my faith in God. Like I've been able to use that like dedication and like discipline and like
Mhm.
reading my Bible and praying and stuff like that. Just like helps me get closer to God and build my relationship more. So if I can wake up early and do double threshold, I can uh, stay up a little bit later and read my Bible. And I'm a leader for our FCA. Like just having something like that, like that grounds me, like running does. It's really important to my faith.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, so it's great because you said you're the leader for your local FCA there at your school. Um, So, being a leader now, of course, having won the national or not national, but the state championship, um, like, do you feel like that gives you a little bit more weight as far as like leadership and for you, what does leadership mean, or what does that look like for you?
Yeah, if you ask my team and my coach, they'd probably tell you like I'm usually not the most vocal person, but I try to lead by example is what I want to do through what I do in my
Mm-hmm.
life. So, I mean, just through everything I do, like at the state meet, I hope everybody that saw me and like met me like felt like I was a good, like honest person and like just it has given me a lot more like outreach. I feel like my I guess for my Instagram, like I was thinking
Yeah.
about a caption to put, and I wanted to put like a Pete Weber quote. He's like this bowler, and he was like, "Love me or hate me, like all you could do is watch," or something like that. And I was gonna
Yeah.
put it, and I talked to my friend about it, and then he was like Max, you don't have any haters. Like this is cross country. Like this is like a sport that has so much love in it. So like I changed my mind. I was like, yeah, what am I even thinking? Like, and then I just made it like God sure is good. Like that's the only thought like I could really say. Like I think it just summed up like this whole season for me and like how I felt about my life and my faith in God recently. So it's been really
Mm.
important.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's
talking about
awesome.
talking
Go
about like
ahead.
leadership, I think now that you've won a state title, obviously, there's a lot of younger people who are maybe looking up to you and looking to be like you, showing that you can get better, you can still be good and still get a lot better. So, what would you say to somebody who like wants to be like you, wants to express their faith, use their faith, and just what would you say in general to somebody younger looking up to you?
Yeah, I'd say on the faith side, it's really hard sometimes like walking in like your walk with God to think that you're not good enough to spread the word. Like you see a lot of these people on social media, they just seem so perfect when they're talking about God and stuff like that. But
Hmm.
I mean, none of us are perfect. I feel like that's the whole idea of Christianity. So I think if someone you can not let those thoughts of like how you're not good enough, uh, that can't overrule that God is good enough and you should want to spread his word and show his love through what you do in your life. So, and then, I mean, on the running side, like, I think you can use that faith to, I mean, really motivate you through and like keep you grounded. Like, I relied just as much on God when I was a freshman who was running 16:24 as I am now when I'm running 14:08. So it's a constant throughout your life.
Max, is there like a saying or like a verse that you hold on to, or that maybe has been like a mantra for you for this track season or this cross country season?
Um, I always tell my friend this that I hate that people hate saying John 3:16, but I mean it's my favorite verse. Like I know everybody knows it, but I mean it's just the perfect verse. Like for God so loved the world that he gave his one and only son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have eternal life. I mean, whatever scenario you're like worrying about or thinking about, like that should just put it into perspective. Like you have the creator of the universe who loves you, he died for you, and he's given you this gift of eternal life that all you have to do is put your faith in him and it's yours. So I feel like if I'm worried about I'm going to run bad or do that, like it just doesn't matter as much anymore because I have that free gift from God.
Hmm. Wow, I so you just said something that kind of sparked something because there's a lot of runners, a lot of athletes, not just runners, but a lot of athletes. Um, they may give poor performance uh, at a certain event or a meet or you know uh, game, whatever the case may be, and can be really hard on themselves. Uh, and what you just said is like if you step back and you think about have a wider perspective, like it doesn't like those moments or those things really it it doesn't it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, in a moment, yes, like we don't want to discount, like yes, somebody's feeling bad or feeling disappointed or whatever the case may be. But when it comes in a bigger picture, it's like just this small little moment in a much wider picture. Is when you said that is what came to mind for me and everything. So thank you so much, for sharing sharing all of that. And so you're taking your faith, the belief, like the word that comes to mind is like a holy confidence in a way. To your, because are you doing like postseason races, any like NXR or running lanes or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm definitely doing NXR and then we'll kind of see which races I decide to do after that.
Okay, yeah. So have you run at Terre Haute before?
I did my sophomore year. I ran the fresh soft race that year.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, so you're getting ready for that now because that's on Saturday.
So
And every it's I'm sorry, what did you say?
I think it's on Sunday actually, but it's
Oh, is it? Yeah, well, if it is on Sunday, then I stand corrected. And so, there's going to be some great competition there from all across. Indiana has got a couple of guys there that are incredible. I think there's a few guys from Michigan that are really good, and actually a friend of mine, his son will be running there. He's from Ohio, Sean Reith, and I know he'll be out there running and everything. He's hoping to do really well. But we'll see. That's why you run races to see what shakes out at the end. Please know that you have a fan in me, and I'll definitely be watching and cheering you on. And as you run that race, and you know what? I don't know if they're like live streaming it. I think they might be. But do you
they
know,
should.
Abe?
They usually do. I've watched it
Probably
before.
in runner space. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So hopefully I'll be able to catch it live and see what happens and everything. So with cross country season coming to a close here, just a few more races left for you at least. And are you looking forward? Do you do indoor track?
Yeah, I will do indoor track. Our team does it. We'll see how that
Okay,
looks now if my season goes later. I don't really.
yeah. So do you like indoor or excuse me? Do you like outdoor track more than indoor track?
Yeah, I definitely like outdoor track more than indoor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing than that indoor cough you get after the first meet.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes. Yeah.
Indoor alone.
Yes. Yes. Indoor love. Well, definitely will be at some indoor track meets. Hopefully, we'll be able to see you there in person and say hi. and then of course on the outdoor. So I have to ask, are you more of a track guy or a cross country guy?
I'm definitely more of a cross country guy. I
Okay.
really want to be more of a track guy, and I've really, I mean, my sophomore and freshman year, like I was definitely not a track guy. I wasn't the best at it, but I'm definitely starting to figure it out. So hopefully, if you interview me again in the track season, I can tell you I'm a track guy.
All right. Cool. I already know what Abe likes. Abe likes that. He
Yeah,
likes the
I
oval.
like the track. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes. So, well, okay. So with that, I'd like to kind of just, ask some lighthearted questions here at the end. Just so, what is what is playing on your playlist right now? Like your top maybe three songs.
um, I'm on a jazz phase right now. I really like a lot of the
Oh,
old
okay.
jazz, like Frank Sinatra. He's been like my main thing right now. So
Okay.
I let me think of some good ones. My Way by Frank Sinatra. That's always
Yep.
just gives you chills every time you listen to it. Um, Let me think. Really, any Frank Sinatra song is probably like it's gonna be pretty good. Really like Sam Cooke, if you know who that
Okay.
is.
Yeah.
Any of his
Yep.
songs, those are some good ones.
Okay. Okay. We got a little bit of Sam Cooke, a little bit of Frank Sinatra.
Hmm.
All right, and then a bit well, one of the big questions is, do you watch Stranger Things?
I
Have you seen
watched
it?
some of the earlier seasons. I don't even know what season we're on right now, and I don't know if I watched all of them, but I did watch it when it first came out.
Okay, okay, that's fair
Come
enough.
out with
That's fair enough.
come out with one season every 3 or 4 years. So
Yeah, it's like taking too long. I don't even know what's
yeah,
happening.
yeah.
Right, right. All right, and then last question. Uh, so are this if you had to choose DC like Superman, those guys, or Marvel, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man, which one would you lean on?
I mean, I would be like, I just can't say anything else but DC because Batman. I mean, you probably
Okay.
saw the cap sleeve. Batman's definitely my
Yeah.
favorite superhero.
Okay, so Batman, we got a Batman fan in the house.
Hmm.
All right. I
Mhm.
love Superman, so Superman is my man. So, it's all good.
Can't go wrong.
Yes. All right, Max. Well, hey, thank you so much again for coming on and being a part of our podcast here. We definitely would love to be able to have you on again in the future. Would you be down for that?
For sure.
All right. All right. So you heard that, Abe, right?
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right. So when you win state again, we got it'd be like, all right, you said you were gonna come on again.
Fingers crossed.
Yes, yes. All right. Well, hey, do you have any other questions for Max?
No, I don't think so. I think you answered a lot of them.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Well, again, Max, thank you so much for coming on. We really do appreciate your time. We wish you the best at NXR.
Mhm.
And if you do another race after that, certainly, we'll be keeping an eye on your socials to see what you do, and we'll watch that too. So, we wish you the best, and we will talk to you soon. And
All right.
again, thank you for coming on. And so, for our listeners, thank you for your time. We really do appreciate it. And please remember, you can give us a follow on our socials on TikTok or Instagram at Andale.run. Both have the same name. And you can give us a follow on Spotify, on Apple, a review, and or a rate would help us out greatly. Thank you again so much. And we will talk to you guys later. And before I leave, I'm not going to sing it, but I will say it. Andale. We'll talk to you later, guys.